Hey everyone, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to Relevant Jukebox, and today we're going to talk about the latest album from Dinosaur Jr., Sweep It Into Space. So what Dinosaur Jr. album are we on now? Is this 12? Yeah, this is the 12th full-length studio album from the famed noise rock band. And you know, at this point in their career, I feel like the only way to judge a Dinosaur Jr. record is to go by the smell test. Because if you've followed the band at pretty much any point in their existence, they really just don't want to deviate away from that scuzzy, fuzzy noise rock sound. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing if you do connect with their music like I do. Sure, it can be disappointing at times, but there are a few songwriters that I've run across like J Mascis who's able to connect with this fan base in such a deep, intimate level by virtually doing the same thing each time. And you know, with this record, I don't believe that there are going to be too many people that will be turned into Dinosaur Jr. fans after hearing it. I still think that you should start with the early records, but in my opinion, this record does pass the Dinosaur Jr. smell test for the most part. You have all the original band members here, plus randomly Kurt Vile, who has production credits, but there are definitely some duds in the track list for sure, like the track Garden, for example, which in my opinion is completely kneecapped by Lou Barlow's vocals, which is honestly kind of impressive because as shitty as J Mascis's voice is, he makes it work with the melodies that he writes, and even still, I will prefer Jay over Lou any day of the week on a Dinosaur song. And I guess a couple of the other tracks on here just pale in comparison to others, honestly. Like I Met the Stones, which has this like unbelievably cheesy chugging guitar intro that just sounds like you're hearing a shitty bar band somewhere. But I will say, pretty much all the other tracks on this record just celebrate what makes Dinosaur Jr. so appealing. The fuzzy guitars, like the blaring solos that just aren't really too overdone, and of course J Mascis's creaky but endearing vocal delivery that yields some viral hooks. And you know, there's like some kind of effect when I'm listening to a Dinosaur Jr. track that it just gives off this feeling that's just cool. Like I don't know how to describe it, but it's just cool. Songs like I Ain't, To Be Waiting, and also Ran Away are really solid songs in my opinion, and all sound like they could have come off of a handful of different records of theirs in the 90s. All of them feature some pretty memorable choruses that make me want to revisit again and again. And Me was an interesting track in the mix here as it borrows very heavily from the track In Between Days by The Cure. It has a very similar chord progression, but it's a good one, so no complaints here. I actually enjoy the track. Take It Back was probably one of the only tracks on here that I really couldn't make heads or tails of how I felt about it. I think it has the strongest lead vocal melody sung by Jay on it, but I'm just not too crazy about the track they built around it, especially those like really cheap sounding piano chords that are just kind of layered in, and they give off this kind of odd swaying groove effect, but it kind of just sounds off. I don't know. But you know, as much as I could sit here and pick apart this record, I actually really enjoyed it. For some reason, I got vibes like it was the first time I had discovered Dinosaur Jr. It's definitely not their best album by any means, but it made it pretty obvious to me why I enjoy Dinosaur Jr., and I think other fans might feel the same. We're not reinventing the rock wheel here. We're not even reinventing Dinosaur Jr.'s sound really in any way, but at this point in their career, what would you want this band to do other than just deliver some solid, scuzzy, fuzzy pop rock tracks? And with that being said, I'm feeling a 7 over here on Sweep It Into Space. So this did get a lot of different variants on vinyl. Some of the cooler purple limited releases on Dinosaur's website have sold out by now, but I do have links down below to the Secretly store that still does have a purple variant in stock, so you might want to grab that before it sells out if you dug this record. And if you have heard this new Dinosaur Jr. album already, what did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and share, and if you want more content from me, hit that subscribe button. Peace.